Yo, what's up, family? Before we start the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can. Just read out there a little bit more. With that being said, let's get right into the video. So the Indiana Pacers, 7 games, they beat the New York Knicks, and I just want to say good season for the Knicks. If you are a fan of the Knicks, if you are a player of the Knicks, they probably wouldn't be watching this, but if you're anybody that supports the New York Knicks, this is not a reason to hang your head or feel down at all. This team is constructed perfectly to be a team that is going beyond the second round. Injuries took its toll, right? You never had Julius Randle to start with. Bogdanovich's season ends in the playoffs. Mitchell Robinson's season ends again in the playoffs. Then OG, he misses 2 or 3 games in the series. Then Josh Hart gets hurt in game 6. Then just the biggest hinder you could have, Jalen Brunson out with a fractured hand in the second half, right? So this does not change anything for the Knicks. They will be a contender for these next couple of years in this East. And they're also a team that always is a free agent destination. They're also a team that can, trade if they want to. So they have pieces and guys want to be an MSG. So that's that. But as far as the Pacers, I think even despite those injuries, I think the Pacers grew up to me in this game. They hadn't won a road game this series. And usually when the Knicks turn up that pressure and they make those runs, the Pacers usually fold in those situations and the game gets really, really close. They shot about 70% in that first half. And I was watching this game on playback, and we kind of knew that the Pacers wouldn't shoot that well. They kind of did in the second half, but even if they did, we knew that a run by the Knicks was coming at some point. That run came early in the third quarter. Like the first 2 minutes that they were on like a 9-0 run and cut the lead to like 11. Again, usually when that happens, especially on the road for the Pacers, they stop playing with pace, they start overthinking, they start turning the ball over, and their defense in the prior games hasn't been good enough to stop that run by itself, right? In this game, they got back-to-back steals when the Knicks punched them. The Knicks got it to, I think, about down to 7. Dante DiVincenzo was amazing in this game. I think he had 9 threes. Alec Burks, again, was amazing. Just a guy that hadn't played in like a month. Hadn't played at all in like a month. And then he was thrusting into this series with a couple injuries. Man, he scored double digits every game. He had 20 plus in this game too. But the Pacers really showed me something in this game, that they were able to handle that adversity, especially on the road with the Garden rocking and the Knicks turn up their pressure when they get the momentum. The Pacers really came out on top, and they earned this win. And now they face the almighty Celtics, man. I believe Kristaps Porzingis is confirmed out for the first 2 games, and I think that will help us a little bit on defense, just a little bit, because the Pacers are pace and space. We had some problems with the pace in the regular season. I believe we were 2-3 against them. Hopefully I'm remembering that right. The fast pace that they play, sometimes it was a lot for KP. We still need his rim protection though, 100%. But just on the perimeter, sometimes he was getting blown by. Him being in that pick and roll with the impact of Turner being a pick and roll and a pick and pop guy, it was kind of tough for KP sometimes. But other times, like his rim protection, and on the offense side of the ball, him taking Turner out of the paint. If Turner's not out of the paint, there's no rim protection at all. So that was also a reason why Tatum and Brown are so effective against the Pacers, because they have some defenders, and like TJ McConnell is a great defender, but he's a guy that's only going to guard smaller guys, right? He's not guarding Tatum and Brown. He probably can't even guard Drew, because Drew is not going to be dribbling too much. He's going to get the ball in the post and he's going to go right at him. Derek White is also 6'5", right? So Aaron Nesmith is probably their best perimeter defender. I still think he's a little bit raw on that side. Like he'll just crash everywhere. But his energy, his athleticism is off the charts. Andrew Nembhard is too small to guard Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. So that's just that. We're not going to have any problems with that. So as far as the first 2 games, I think not having Porzingis is like it'll still hurt us for sure. But I think I was more suited to switch everything, especially from the last game that we just seen. If we could keep Al fresh in this series, Al will be tested in this series. Like it got kind of dirty in the Cavs series, games 3 and 4 with Donovan and all that. The Pacers don't have that level of a shot maker, but like everybody goes, and if he gets switched on TJ McConnell like consistently, that probably wouldn't be good. You know what I'm saying? So we need Al for at least those first 2 games to be as good as he can. I want Tillman to play. Like I really want Tillman to play. I believe that the Cavs series was perfect for him to play at the 5, because we were trying to be a switching team, and the Cavs also were missing their biggest player, who is Jared Allen. Not the most important, but like actually the biggest player. And that's the thing you worry about if you're putting Tillman in, is that you know he's a great defender. He's only like 6'7", 6'8". If he goes against a taller center, they can just not outstrength him, but they can literally jump over him and grab the rebound. The Cavs did not have that size, especially with Evan Mobley off the court, right? So I thought Tillman would have been perfect in that series at the 5. Again, you have the offensive concerns with the shooting. I believe he's a good passer too, so he can play that Luke role on the offensive side of the ball, where he's just passing and screening, the dribble handoffs and stuff. I thought he would have been fine. But against the Pacers, where speed kills on that team, and they played 9 or 10 deep in the playoffs, so their guys are going to be fresh, right? And we saw that Al was not fresh for at least 2 or 3 of those games in the Cavs series, because Luke was good in the first game, but in the latter half of that series, Luke had smaller stints because some reason they had his leash shorter, right? So they put Al back in, and he was playing high 30s for a lot of those games. So just being able to effectively manage Al's minutes, I think will be a big part of the series, especially until KP comes back. Hopefully we get KP for the finals if we can get past the Pacers. I did a video before the playoffs even started about me going through all the East playoff teams and just seeing how they would fare in the series against the Celtics. I picked Miami. I picked the Celtics to beat the Heat in 5. I picked us to beat the Cavs in 5. But I think what I said about the Pacers was that I think this series goes a maximum of 6 games, right? It should go a maximum of 6 games. That's my pick. It could be 5, it could be 6, but a maximum of 6. If this series goes 7, the Celtics have not done their job, right? They can still win. We can still go to the finals, but 7 games going to the finals means that your guys are tired. You had to play them a lot of minutes, and then we're going to the finals trying to fastly recover from playing 35 to 40 minutes for all of our guys, right? So you take care of the 6, because I believe whoever comes out of that other side, hopefully it's the Timberwolves, and I can do something on that for who I would rather face in the finals if we get there. But the Western Conference Finals is going to be a bloodbath too. The Mavs just win 6. The Timberwolves and Denver are going 7, right? So that's also going to be something that's going to require a lot of their players as far as the minutes. If we can have the freshness advantage and get KP back on top of that. Now, hopefully he's not rusty. Hopefully he's taking like 1,000 jumpers per game. I know his movement isn't going to be that. So I just hope that he can be as impactful as he is, or just like a level close to that. Maybe we don't play him as much as we usually would, because he's coming back from an injury, and in the finals and in the place where he's never been, thrusting him into that environment not being healthy could be detrimental. I don't know, but I just hope he can have an impact in that situation. But yeah, we got the Pacers, man. We got the Pacers. The Pacers are not a good road team. I'm just expecting the Celtics to troll in game 2, because I think that's just what the pattern is. Like, we just gonna suck in game 2s. That's fine. As long as you get, because I think the Cavs didn't win a road game in the Orlando series before they played us. The Pacers didn't win a road game until game 7 in the Knicks series. I believe they got one against Milwaukee, but for the history of the Pacers this season, they have not been a great road team, because I think them and the Cavs were the worst remaining road teams in the Eastern Conference in the final 8 teams. So just take care of home court, preferably not troll in game 2, but I'm already prepared for that, so fine. And take care of your business, bro. The way that you win is super important here. The most important thing is winning. That's the most important thing. But under that is how you win. And if you take care of business, if you can get out of this in 5, bro, you sitting pretty, bro. You sitting pretty. Like 6 at the max. Do not let this go 7. Because the goal is the finals, bro. You got to do whatever you got to take care of your business now to get there. So, but that is the video. I will be speaking to you guys really, really soon. Don't go anywhere, but I'll see you guys next video. This is Nick. Peace.